What if your client has 100 workers in this classification and is worried about whether or not they're properly classified? What about 1,000 workers? Would you bill your client for this insight? If you did, how would you communicate this valuable information to your client? A text? A phone call? Or a more formal effort preceded by a letter of engagement? Give that some thought for a moment, and then we'll discuss it after a brief break.
Okay, did you come up with the answers to the questions presented? I think this information is helpful, valuable, and billable. Your clients will pay for this insight, especially if there's a significant tax savings and the risk of classifying these workers as independent contractors is acceptable. And I would recommend that you only take on this effort as a serious engagement with a full report as a chargeable deliverable, not just information discussed in a casual phone call or text message exchange. And your report should include charts, projected tax savings per alternatives, recommendations to minimize the risk of an IRS audit, suggested processes and procedures to mitigate the risk of reclassification by the IRS, and footnotes if any, of course.
And where do you think the primary source of this information comes from? The source of this information is the output from the AI application. The charts might even include a list of the top-tier authoritative sources supportive of the findings and conclusions. The graphs might include those data points sliced and diced different ways, showing the resulting trend line for favorable versus unfavorable by region, state, industry. I think a client in need of this information would appreciate such a deliverable. What do you think? This is